Ember Falls Middle School has a strict social hierarchy, and it is decided entirely below the ankle. This week, the throne belonged to a shoe, the Apex Bolt. $200 of molded foam and hype, with a little lightning bolt on the heel that lit up when you walked. Every kid who mattered had a pair. Tyler Buck did not. He had gray no-name sneakers with a sole that had begun to flap open at the toe, like a little mouth narrating his every step. Every walk down the hallway, the flap announced him before he arrived. "Nice shoes, Buck," said Deshorn, gliding past on glowing Apex bolts. Did they come with a cardboard box, or in it? The whole hallway laughed. Tyler's face went hot. The sole flapped as if it agreed. That afternoon, Tyler came home with a mission, a catalog, and the exact tone every parent dreads. "So, we need to talk about a serious investment in my future. The Buck Kitchen, where all serious negotiations happen over a mint green jar." Tyler laid the catalog on the table like a lawyer presenting evidence. The Apex Bolt. $200. Everyone has them. Everyone, Nadia repeated, not looking up from the bills. "There's that word again." "Builds character," said Pop from the doorway. "In my day we had one shoe, and we shared it. You wore it Tuesdays." Ray, suspiciously quiet, gazed with great longing at his own phone, where a cordless power drill glowed on the screen. $200. On sale. Zoe watched all of this the way a scientist watches mice. Then she opened her ledger and wrote 2 words, want and need. "Okay, family lesson," she announced. A need is something that hurts if you don't have it. Food. A roof. Shoes that keep your feet dry. A want is something that hurts your feelings if you don't have it. You need shoes. You want the lightning bolt. Tyler opened his mouth. Closed it. He had walked directly into a trap built by an 11-year-old, and he knew it. "Here's the deal," Nadia said. "We are not buying $200 shoes. We can do $60 for a solid pair that won't flap." $60 shoes, Tyler said the way you'd say prison food. "Then I'll buy them myself," he said. "I'll earn the whole $200. And when I do, you can't say no." Nadia and Ray exchanged a look, the one parents give when a kid has accidentally volunteered for a valuable lesson. "Deal," said Nadia. "Earn it and it's yours." "Wait, really?" Tyler blinked. He'd expected a fight, not a yes. Upstairs, he made a poster of the Apex bolts and taped it above his bed like a shrine. $200. How hard could it be? Downstairs, Ray added the cordless drill to an online cart, then closed the laptop without buying it. Not yet. He was a grown man. He had discipline. Probably. Zoe, delighted, appointed herself chief financial officer for a fee of 10%. Tyler fired her. She raised it to 12. He rehired her. Turns out $200 is a mountain when you're 15, and it's a pile of ones. Tyler started a spreadsheet. He made a list of every odd job he could find. Lawns, dog walking, whatever paid. Zoe wrote something in her ledger and underlined it twice, smiling to herself. And Tyler rolled up his sleeves and went to work. Job 1, mowing lawns. He mowed the neighbor's yard for $15. He discovered muscles he did not know he had. And he learned that grass, unlike homework, does not accept excuses. Job 2, walking Mr. Petrakis' ancient bulldog, Winston. $10 a walk. Winston moved at the speed of continental drift and stopped to judge every single mailbox. It was the slowest $10 in history. Job 3, briefly, reselling candy at school at a markup. It went great until he ate the inventory. Zoe wrote "Don't eat the business" in the ledger and underlined it twice. Net profit, -$4 and a stomachache. But the money grew. 20, 50, 80. He kept it in a shoebox under his bed. The irony of storing money in a shoebox to buy shoes was not lost on Zoe, who mentioned it daily. And a strange thing happened. Tyler started to look at prices differently. In a store, he caught himself doing math. $4 for a soda. That's 40 minutes of a bulldog judging me. He put the soda back. "That's called opportunity cost," Zoe said, appearing from nowhere. "Everything you buy costs the other thing you could have bought. You just felt it for the first time." "Stop narrating my life," Tyler said. But he was listening. Meanwhile, Ray was losing his own battle. "I'd use it," he told Nadia, holding up the old drill. The old one barely works. The old one works fine, Ray. It works angrily. Nadia raised an eyebrow. Sounds like someone wants a lightning bolt on his heel. Ray, put on trial by his own son, closed the laptop again. The drill would wait. By week 3, Tyler was at 140. Close enough to smell the foam. He picked up extra Winston walks and mowed 2 more lawns. He even let Zoe keep her 12%, because good CFOs are worth it. And then on a Thursday, he counted it out on his bed. $200, in 1s and 5s, and a very sticky 10 from the candy incident. He had done it. Every cent earned. He'd expected to feel like a king. Instead, he felt something he didn't have a word for yet. The heavy respect you have for money you actually bled for. Tomorrow, he told the poster above his bed. Tomorrow we get the lightning bolts. He fell asleep happy. He had no idea what tomorrow was going to ask of him. The house went quiet and dark. Tomorrow arrived, as it does with a problem. At breakfast, the rust bucket wouldn't start, and Nadia needed it for a double shift, the kind that would pull the family out of a very tight month. It's the battery, Ray said, wincing. $60 for a new one. He glanced at the mint green jar, which held 40. And we're 20 short till Friday. Nobody asked Tyler for anything. Nobody even looked at him. Nadia just sat there, doing the math with her tired eyes. His $200 sat upstairs in a shoebox, and everyone in that kitchen carefully, politely, did not mention it. Tyler went upstairs. He looked at the poster. He looked at the shoebox. He thought about the flapping sole and Deshorn's laugh, and 1 whole month of a bulldog judging him. And he thought about his mom, at the table, trying to figure out how to conjure $20 before Friday. And a decision settled quietly onto his face. He came downstairs. He put $60 on the table. For the battery, he said. And the extras for the jar. Tyler, Nadia said softly, that's your shoe money. You earned that? I know exactly what I earned, he said. That's kind of the point. I earned it so it's mine to spend. And this is what it's for. Ray looked at his son for a long moment. Then, without a word, he opened his laptop and deleted the cordless drill from his cart. Some lessons travel upward. They bought the battery. The rust bucket coughed back to life. Nadia made her shift, and the tight month loosened by exactly 1 notch. And Tyler still had $140 and no Apex bolts. That weekend, Nadia took him to the shoe store, the normal one, not the temple. He found a pair of clean, solid sneakers. $59. No lightning bolt. He laced them up. They didn't glow. They didn't hum. They just fit. And they didn't flap. They're good, he said, a little surprised. They're actually good. He had $80 left. On the way out, he put 50 of it into a savings account Zoe had been nagging him about for a month. On Monday, Deshorn spotted the new shoes and smirked. Off-brand buck. But this time Tyler just shrugged. Earned every dollar of them myself. You, Deshorn, didn't have an answer. Turns out I earned these is a flex off-brand can't touch. And a week later, the funniest thing happened. The Apex Bolt's little heel lights started dying all over school. The hottest shoe in Ember Falls had a $200 battery you couldn't replace. Tyler's plain sneakers just kept working. That night, Tyler found his old flapping gray sneakers in the trash. He fished them out and kept them in his closet. A reminder of the kid who thought the lightning bolt was the point. And now Zoe's ledger, where the smallest buck explains the biggest idea. Today's rule, know the difference between a want and a need. A need keeps you safe and dry and fed. A want just makes you feel a certain way for a little while. Both are okay. Wants aren't evil, but every dollar you spend on a want is a dollar that can't be a need later. That's the real price tag. Not the number on the shoe, but everything else that money could have been. My brother earned $200 for glowing sneakers. And when it mattered, he spent it on a car battery and a savings account and boring shoes that fit. That's not losing. That's the most grown-up thing I've ever seen him do. Don't tell him I said that. From the other room, I can hear you, Zoe. She grinned and lowered her voice. Want it, need it, know which is which. And if you're going to spend $200, make sure it can't run out of battery. She held up a plain, still-working sneaker like a trophy. Just then Ledger the dog trotted through with a glowing Apex bolt in his mouth, the lightning bolt flickering weakly. He found Deshorn's, Zoe said. Circle of Life, see you next week.